Hello Guardians, it is Ebontis here. It is March 15th and we are on Titan to go see what Xur has to offer this week. Two things for Xur. One, he does have the option to sell Forsaken Exotics, but the Faded Engram is still only year one, so please remember that. And then option two is the fact that Xur has a new bounty. So, two things. I'm going to cover the inventory in this video specifically, and then the invitation of the 9 I will do separately. So look for those two separate videos. I'll kind of have them linked in descriptions and stuff like that. So let's see what Xur has first.
My will is not my own, is yours.
All right, Guardians. So first thing, remember, Faded Engram can give you anything from year one, but not Forsaken Exotics yet. So please remember that. For his inventory, we've got the Crimson Hand Cannon. Definitely a pretty good hand cannon. It has some pretty cool uses. May actually be a reasonable thing to consider if you're doing something like the Reckoning, for example. It is a 3-round burst hand cannon, so definitely keep that in mind. It's going to fire a little differently than your single shots. You got small bore, accurized rounds, but this is the crucial one. Kills with this weapon heal the wielder, and then precision kills also refill the magazine. So two things. One, if you get a kill at all, you have a chance to get some health. You should be getting some health back so you can stay alive longer in the fight. And if you get a precision kill, you should get your magazine refilled. So if you're getting occasional precision kills, you get a refilled mag. And if you keep getting kills, you can also keep staying alive. So it is actually a pretty viable hand cannon when you're dealing with a lot of ads, things like that. It's also a really good one if you've got the Catalyst as well, is one that definitely gives it a nice upgrade. I think it nearly maxes out the range if I remember correctly. It's definitely pretty close if not full. So definitely a Catalyst to look into, but if you don't have the Crimson, never had it all, new to the game, it's definitely one to make sure you pick up just because continually killing enemies and occasionally getting a precision in there, you can just keep firing this gun for a long time if you get those precisions and deaths. A lot of mid-level ads, it's a really good thing. You might have to switch over to something heavy for a big, powerful enemy, but a lot of small ads coming at you, like you potentially have in the Reckoning, this can serve you very, very well. Now, it is an exotic. It's going to take up that exotic slot, so then you have to debate, is it better than Thunderlord or Sleeper or Wardcliff Coil, which is just a beast recently? But as of late, it is one of those that definitely I could see some pretty good uses for it. Next, we've got the Orpheus rig for the hunters. Despite the rolls on this thing, I will tell you if you are a hunter, make sure you buy this thing. It has some pretty good uses already for the Reckoning, for tethering enemies, making some waves more manageable. Basically what it is, provides ability energy for each enemy tethered by deadfall anchors. Mobius Quiver has more shots as well. So when you apply your tether out there to the ground, or Mobius Quiver with the multiple shots, what you're going to be able to do is get your energy back by each enemy that gets tethered. So when you finish up your super, you could almost be full again, and if you tether enough of them, you actually can truly refill your super and just keep firing the thing. So these are pretty amazing. One thing I would definitely say pick up if you don't have it for sure, because they are going to serve you well in some of the new Reckoning places. And also if you're just going to say, you know, at a ranged location to fight Gambit Prime, for example, and you're on the ranged damage location, you can at least shoot that thing across and have the boss tethered and get some extra damage that way. So Tether has a lot of uses, and this is basically the one thing that goes with it. So if you don't have it, buy it. We've got Fusion Rifle Dexterity, Hand Cannon Dexterity, and Outreach. And then we've got Scout Rifle Scavenger, which is just a waste, in my opinion. I mean, legs don't have great perks, but Scout Rifle Scavenger is never something I'm really worried about running out of ammo on. You do have Special Ammo Finder at least, so that could serve you decently. Second, we've got the Wormgod Crest. I can probably already tell you this is not, excuse me, this is not anything you're really going to want to worry too much about, but we'll talk about it at least anyway. Burning Fists. Melee kills increase melee damage for a period of time. Additional kills extend duration and effects. Okay, so melee kills increase melee damage. So you got to get in there and start punching stuff. And unless Brawler is your modifier, it's probably not going to serve you that well. Additional kills extend the duration and make it more potent. So this is one of those where if Brawler is on, you could have some fun with this one probably. But honestly, it's not one that you're going to get a lot of use out of. Because normally if you're in a point where you do feel like you have to punch something to finish it off, either you better hope it has no health, isn't going to smash you, or, you know, it's just a small level enemy. So you're not going to be getting too much bonus out of that extra damage. We do have Fusion Rifle Loader, Hand Cannon Loader, and Impact Induction for causing damage with a melee attack, which we'll be doing a lot with this anyway. Reduces your grenade cooldown. You do have a Sniper and Machine Gun Scavenger, which those two are very good. So if you are going to use this gun, those are pretty valuable perks, depending on especially if machine guns still keep some potency. But as this exotic is probably going to get outweighed by many other things, I don't think this is going to be top dog in any aspect for your Titans. So my guess is they look kind of cool. They have some fun ornaments on them, stuff like that. But honestly, I probably wouldn't worry too much. I mean, if you're going for collector's sake, obviously buy them. You may need them for a collection. But other than that, I don't see a lot of people using these, at least soon. Our first Forsaken exotic and first and only one this week is Chromatic Fire. Crystalline Transistor. Precision kills with your kinetic weapon create an explosion in the element of your equipped subclass. So you can take something like Ace of Spades, which is kind of a bad example because that is Dragonfly. But even anything that's just a kinetic weapon, my Go Figure, for example. And if I'm equipping a arc subclass, I'm going to get an arc explosion on any precision kill that I get with that gun. So it can have some benefits for a Warlock if it's just something you want to use all the time. It's kind of cool. There are other ones that I would say probably going to serve you better, as we have, now we have Slova Bomb with the Skull of Dire Ahamkara. You've got Transversive Steps so you can move fast. I mean, there are different exotics to use. So I'm not saying like making your kinetic weapon have Dragonfly all the time is like going to be the be-all, end-all. It's okay, basically. It's kind of fun to goof around with. And it is a Forsaken exotic, so it's still one you may be missing. So if you do want to add it to your collection and toy around with it yourself, you definitely can. We've got Unflinching Bow Aim, Unflinching Fusion Rifle Aim, and Kinetic Aim, which is a good thing, because then all kinetics at least get some benefit when you use kinetics. Scout Rifle Reserves, again, nothing I'm worried about running out of, but you do have Special Ammo Finder on this once again. So not too bad on the perks. Again, chests, again, aren't usually my favorite. Chest and boots usually tend to have the worst perks, in my opinion. Special Ammo Finder, Kinetic Aim, at least you can get some use out of those pretty reasonably. But that is it for Xur's inventory. I'm going to check the invitations in a completely separate video. But again, remember, he is on Titan. So thank you guys for tuning in. You guys know where to find me. It's Twitch or Twitter. It's Ebontis on both. And on YouTube, if you guys enjoyed the video, drop a like below, leave a comment if you got any questions. And of course, if you haven't subbed to the channel, please hit that subscribe button and the alert bell so you guys get notifications when new videos from me come out. So if you enjoy the content, I will keep more coming to you. And stay tuned for the next video. The invitation is what I'm going to look at directly after this one, so enjoy what comes next.